First, he made Ted. Now, A Million Ways to Die in the West. Next up, The Good, the Bad, and the Ted. A Million Ways to Die in the West. In my opinion, this is a pretty silly movie. Compared to his first directorial effort, Ted, which had a lot of laughs and heart, this movie is a much safer, less ambitious project. McFarlane has anything but a coy sense of humor, and whether it be a sheep getting an erection and peeing on him, or Neil Patrick Harris having diarrhea in a random guy's hat, some of it got a chuckle, a genuine chuckle, and some of it was just kind of like, The two best things about this film for me were Charlize Theron, who I found to be the most interesting character by far, and the side story involving Giovanni Ribisi and Sarah Silverman. Theron's character was one of the best written characters in this film, and the montage showing her training McFarlane how to shoot was the best time. It was not the best time for Ribisi though, because he is dating Sarah Silverman, who is a whore, and they've never had sex. But somehow, that whole dynamic works. It's a pretty surreal relationship. The funniest joke for me, hands down, was this concept of smiling in a photograph, because given the time period, no one smiled in photographs. And it's mentioned a few times throughout the film, and it really plays on the idea of what looks natural in a still frame. I only wish that McFarlane and Theron had done that in the movie, taken a photo together, because that would have made for some really great comedy. Hell, even Ribisi and Silverman, because you have to smile for a consistent 30 seconds, and back then, hell, even today, not everyone is willing to do that. My flaws are that Liam Neeson was not the best choice for the villain, because, he's Liam Neeson, the guy from Taken. How can you not like that guy? Even if he is being a douchebag. The opening scene was also substantially weaker than I was expecting. It introduces a character other than McFarlane who has no bearing on the story after that scene, and it just kind of felt pointless. Then there's the ending, which is worlds away from being original, and I figured, coming from the guy who brought us Ted, McFarlane would have written something that was a lot less underwhelming. Thanks to those two scenes, though, I am now convinced that McFarlane likes to hear himself talk because he has a lot of run-on dialogue, and not all of it is as funny as he probably thinks it is. But overall, for a summer comedy, you could do a lot worse. If you haven't seen it yet, but are interested at all, I strongly advise a rental. But that's just me. I'm going 2.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you very much for your time. Have an awesome day.